This is Nick with Build Brothers Roofing, starting my inspection at 5873 Land Street. We always like to start underneath the eave of the house. So your eave of the home is going to consist of your fascia board, you have your rafter tails, and then you have your starter board. And the reason why we like to start underneath the eave is that it gives us a really good idea about what kind of wood damage we can expect on this property, and just lets us know what the condition of the wood is in the first place. So you can see we've got a lot of filler in this wood. It looks like there has been some damage in the past. They have this house repainted, and a lot of times they'll just fill in some of that damaged wood and paint over it. Doesn't mean that wood is actually fixed. We can also see that there's been some termite damage on this property as well. A lot of times that is indicative of moist wood. Termites are always drawn to wood that is nice and soft. So that is a sign that water has at one point been getting onto the property itself. Working my way up to the roof. The roof does have a drip edge on it. That is a good sign. That's helping protect the wood itself. We have an architectural asphalt shingle that is on this roof. That's definitely starting to show its age. It looks to be the second layer of shingle that is on this roof, just based off of the way that the penetrations were flashed in. I want to point a few things out, but you can see all the repairs that have been done. We got a big solar tube over here in this section. A bunch of mastic has been smeared around this a bunch of times. Same thing with all these penetrations. Looks like we've had a bunch of repairs that have been done in the past. We have solar panels on this roof. The one thing that I did want to point out, I'll come down here, is we got a lot of granule loss on this roof. It's raining right now, so it's tough to really see the fiberglass that is showing through, but I'm going to show you some areas on the other side where it is more evident. But the part where it is really evident is in the gutters. You can see how the gutters are just filled with all the granules from the actual shingle itself. So these are all from the actual roofing shingle. And what's happening is, on this product, the oils on this asphalt shingle have started to evaporate. And as those oils start to evaporate, the granules start to deplete and the fiberglass becomes exposed. And once the fiberglass is exposed, the waterproofing is greatly affected. So you can see how all these granules have been depleting throughout. You can see how all that fiberglass is now exposed. So again, because it is wet, a lot of that fiberglass is just kind of soaking in some of the moisture, so it's not as visible. But the granule loss on this roofing product is pretty similar, or pretty evident, I'm sorry. The other thing you'll notice is that the adhesiveness of all these shingles are starting to come apart too. You can see how rusted out some of these nails are. Water's been getting underneath these shingles for a while now. So all these are signs that the roofing product is starting to go past its life expectancy. Now, this roof could definitely have another 2, 3, 4 years left in it. 5 years, depending on how well it lasts. If the homeowner obviously wants to be proactive on this roof, it is something that's going to need replaced in the near future. It would be a good idea to get it done, as they're moving in. We have solar panels that are on this roof as well, so that's always a concern when it comes to being on an already aged roof. The penetrations from these solar panels aren't going to be as waterproof if the roofing product itself is starting to go past its life expectancy. We have a flat roof over here in this section. We can see we get a lot of ponding over here, where all that water just sits along the edges, and as it ponds, it accumulates all the granules from the torch down modified bitumen material that is on this roof. Now, this material does look to be in pretty good shape. When I see a lot of ponding areas like that, that is something to keep an eye on. We want to make sure that we aren't getting any leaks in the future. So the future homeowner should definitely look out for it. Again, you can see this is all the shingles. This is from the shingles above. All the shingle granules from the shingles just wash off every time it rains, and they get caught up right behind these skylights. But as far as the overall condition of this roof goes, I would say that it does have another few years left in it. It's not in immediate need of replacement, but it definitely has started to go past that life expectancy. Again, you can see all the granules that are just clogging up these drains and these gutters. So when the homeowner is ready to do this, what we're going to do is tear this roof down to the wood decking. we'll go ahead and address any kind of bad wood that is on this roof. I would suggest switching this roofing product up from a torch down modified bitumen material to a TPO material. It's a highly reflective material. It turns its entire roof plane in one singular membrane. We're going to remove all these solar panels. We're a licensed solar contractor as well. Once that happens, once everything gets tore down to the decking, we are going to apply a layer of synthetic underlayment. We're an Owens Corning preferred contractor, which means that underlayment and that roofing system will come with a 50-year warranty from Owens Corning to go along with our workmanship warranty. Once that is installed, we'll go ahead and reseal, reflash all the penetrations. We'll paint them to match whatever shingle color we end up going with. We'll add new starter shingle along the entire perimeter. We're also going to add increased exhaust ventilation on this roof. We really don't have much exhaust ventilation to deal with right now, so we're going to be adding a few more O'Hagan vents along this roof plane and this roof plane just to increase that airflow. And then the actual roofing shingle gets installed, and again, it's a 50-year product warranty from Owens Corning, and the homeowner will never have to worry about replacing this roof for the entire time that they're in this house. That's it for my inspection.